All right, everybody, welcome back. Ready to talk about money.
Always ready to talk money.
Yeah. Today we're doing a deep dive into something called the 50-30-20 rule.
Oh yeah, that's a popular one, a good one too.
Yeah, definitely. So this rule, it's all about budgeting your after-tax income.
Right. You split it up into three categories: 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
like needs would be things you absolutely have to pay for every month.
Yeah, your essentials, stuff like your rent or your mortgage, groceries, bills, utilities, transportation.
Right, all that stuff. Things that, keep a roof over your head and food on the table.
Exactly. And then you've got wants. That's the fun stuff.
Yeah. That's your entertainment, dining out, travel, new clothes, hobbies, anything that you enjoy but could technically live without.
Yeah. And then that last category, savings and debt repayment, that's all about setting yourself up for financial success down the line.
Right. So that includes putting money aside for an emergency fund, retirement savings, and paying down any debts you might have.
Like student loans or credit card debt.
Exactly. I think a lot of people, when they hear budgeting, they think it means cutting back on everything and having no fun.
Yeah, I think a lot of people associate it with deprivation. But I think the 50-30-20 rule is actually pretty cool because it emphasizes finding a healthy balance.
Yeah. It's more about being mindful of your spending and making sure you're prioritizing both your present and your future needs.
And, it can actually give you more financial freedom in the long run because you're less likely to overspend and end up in debt.
Yeah, exactly. So how does this rule actually work in practice? Like, if someone is listening and wants to start using this method, what do they need to do?
Well, the first step would be to figure out what your after-tax income is.
Okay, so that's like the money you take home after taxes have been taken out, right?
Yep. Once you have that number, you can start dividing it up. So 50% of that would go towards your needs.
And that includes all those essential things we talked about earlier.
Yeah. Right. And then 30% for your wants, that fun stuff. And then the remaining 20% would go towards your savings and debt repayment.
Got it. So for example, let's say someone makes $4,000 a month after taxes,
Okay, so in that case, they would allocate $2,000 to their needs.
$1,200 for wants, and $800 for savings and debt repayment.
Exactly. And think about it. If they're consistently saving $800 a month, that adds up to $9,600 a year.
Wow, that's a good chunk of change.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing there are probably apps and tools that can help people actually track their spending and stick to these percentages, right?
Oh, absolutely. There are tons of great budgeting apps out there. You can connect them to your bank accounts, and they'll automatically categorize your spending so you can see exactly where your money is going.
Oh, that's helpful. And I imagine they can also alert you if you're getting close to exceeding your budget for a certain category.
Exactly. They can help you stay on track and make adjustments if needed.
It's like having a financial coach in your pocket. Now, I'm sure there are some folks out there who might be thinking, well, what if my income fluctuates from month to month? Or what if I live in a city with a really high cost of living? Like, how can I make this rule work for me?
Yeah, those are great points. I mean, this rule, it's not set in stone. It's more of a guideline.
Yeah.
So you can definitely adjust the percentages a bit to fit your unique circumstances.
So for instance, if your rent takes up a larger portion of your income, you might need to bump up your needs category to like 60% and reduce your wants category to 20%.
Exactly. The key is to be realistic about your needs and spending habits and find a balance that works for you. You could even consider using different budgeting methods for specific goals. Like, say you're really focused on paying down debt.
Yeah.
You could use the 50-30-20 rule as your overall framework, but then also incorporate a debt repayment strategy like the debt snowball method.
Where you focus on paying off your smallest debts first to build momentum.
Right. It can be motivating to see those debts disappear one by one.
Totally. Or you could use the debt avalanche method, where you prioritize the debts with the highest interest rates first.
Yeah, that way you save more money on interest in the long run.
Interesting. So basically, the 50-30-20 rule is a great starting point, but you can tailor it to your own needs and even combine it with other strategies to achieve your financial goals.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so versatile and effective.
So there you have it, the 50-30-20 rule. A simple yet powerful budgeting method that can help you achieve financial balance and reach your financial goals.
And remember, it's not about depriving yourself. It's about making conscious choices and prioritizing what's important to you both today and in the future.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So as you go about your day, think about how you might be able to use this rule to take control of your finances and create a more secure financial future for yourself.
Yeah, maybe try tracking your spending for a month or two and see where your money is actually going. You might be surprised by what you discover.
Food for thought. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the 50-30-20 rule. We'll see you next time.